fresh off a very
Thanks,
impressive
guys.
performance.
Terrence.
Let's go to Sean O'Grady.
You know, you really had the upper hand in this fight. You won the last time. He's really got to come and try to take it from you. How are you going to attack in this match?
Just attack. Wait to see what he's going to do when attack. I'm prepared.
Do you think you'll do the same thing that you did the last time to get the victory?
Yes.
Well, the last time you did pretty good. How about that, guys? He says he's going to attack. Will it be repeat or revenge?
Well put, Sean O'Grady. There he is, Robert Davis. Revenge is on his mind, that's for sure. Robert Davis has bounced around since that loss. Terrence Lewis wants to get his career back on the winning track.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cedric Kushner Promotions, in association with the Las Vegas Hilton, Fox Sports Net, and Everlast, are proud to present our featured bout of the evening, scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Luther Mack. Commissioners are Dr. Tony Alamo, Skip Avancino, John Bailey, and Dr. Flip Homansky. The executive director is Mark Ratner. Our timekeepers at ringside, we have Steve Esposito and Mike Lachella. Physicians at ringside, the lead is Dr. Al Capana, the second is Dr. Jeff Davidson. The three judges assigned to this bout will be Dwayne Ford, Patricia Jarman Manning, and Jerry Roth. And your referee in charge of our main event is the fair but firm Joe Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Las Vegas Hilton here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, it's time for the leather to fly. This is the main event. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 228 pounds. He's wearing the black trunks with red trim. He comes to us from Akron, Ohio. His professional record a very fine 26 wins with 15 knockouts, only 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Robert Davis. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 236 pounds and he's wearing the green trunks. He comes to us from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His record, 30 wins, 11 defeats, 20 wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Terrence K.O. Lewis.
Terrence Lewis and Robert Davis. They have 3 common opponents, Michael Moore, Greg Page, and Frankie Swindell. Terrence Lewis, the main sparring partner for Lennox Lewis.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Give me good sportsmanlike conduct. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up.
I thought he was firm and fair. There is the tale of the tape. Terrence Lewis and Robert Davis, very evenly matched. The one underlying factor here is what psychological residual effect is there on Robert Davis since Terrence Lewis knocked him out back in 2001. We're going to find out here tonight. Both men are big men, no doubt about that. Terrence Lewis in the green trunks, Robert Davis in the black trunks with the red trim. Robert Davis has been knocked down in the first round of his last 2 fights. So keep an eye on a quick knockdown in round 1. Robert Davis a little shaky to start off his matches. Maybe a different strategy for Robert Davis here, getting that jab started early, so as not to fall into that trap of getting knocked down early and being in a deep hole. Had the opportunity to see Terrence Lewis in his last fight in April. Good shot by Robert Davis in April. In Uncasville, Connecticut, he lost a 10-round unanimous decision to Clifford Etienne. Etienne dominated most of the fight, even though Terrence Lewis at the end of the fight was coming on strong. It was a 10-rounder. Stunned Etienne in the 9th. But Etienne won a unanimous decision. Terrence Lewis at that time said, and I quote, "He had a lot of quick head movement. You know, I wasn't prepared for that." Well, it's a different opponent tonight. Robert Davis, not a lot of movement. He'll be standing right in front of Terrence Lewis.
Let's go.
See Robert Davis, very upright stance, doesn't bend a lot at the waist. Has to establish a jab. That is his most important punch. Both these guys professional fighters through and through. Been in the ring for a long time, both men. Neither man a real young guy, even though Terrence Lewis 29, Robert Davis 30. Both fighting professionals since the mid-90s. It's a good start for Robert Davis, considering he was knocked down in his last 2 fights in the first round. We'll get to some of those details a little bit later if we have a chance. But in round 1, Robert Davis working his jab nicely. Terrence Lewis hiding on the ropes. Terrence Lewis has to have good confidence feeling having fought Robert Davis before and knocking him out. Knowing he did it once, I'm sure he thinks he can do it again. That's just what he told Sean O'Grady before this fight started. First round for Robert Davis, getting that jab established as he comes to his corner.
How'd that feel? How'd that feel just to school here? That was pretty, baby. That was pretty. Good. Okay. But listen to me. Don't get in with him. With our focus, we can do this for 2 rounds. Keep the angles. Keep the face. You see when you feint? How you can see him move? That's all you got to do. Feint. Walk away.
There's the corner of Terrence Lewis.
Keep breathing. You gotta put these rounds in the bag. You hear me? Now? Lewis, it means you got 30 seconds. You gotta go. You hear what I'm telling you? When you hear Lewis, sit there. Don't move. Sit there. As soon as the bell rings. Sit there.
So the corner of Robert Davis just almost giddy after strong opening. Robert Davis, you see he's in great shape. Last fight for Robert Davis was against former world champion Michael Moore. It was back in February of this year in Uncasville, Connecticut. He lost a 10-round unanimous decision to Moore. Moore knocked him down twice in round 1. Almost had him down a 3rd time, but Robert Davis survived. Though one of the scorecards, now all 3 scorecards were clearly in favor of Michael Moore, who dominated that decision. Prior to that, he won a 10-round decision over Frankie Swindell, the veteran, but Frankie also scored 2 knockdowns over Robert Davis in the first round. Davis came back to win that fight by unanimous decision. Last time in Las Vegas for Robert Davis, he fought Monty Barrett, lost a 10-round decision there, though Davis rallied towards the end of the fight. Terrence Lewis missing by a yard with that punch. Very inaccurate. You wonder if it might work in an opposite fashion with Terrence Lewis, having knocked Robert Davis out before, having the confidence, knowing he did it before, but maybe waiting for it to happen again and not really being busy enough. Robert Davis certainly the busier of the 2 fighters early in this fight. There's a straight right counter by Terrence Lewis this quarter. Robert Davis continues to move from one side to another, not getting predictable at all. Moves to his right, moves to his left. Robert Davis has 15 knockouts to his credit. Terrence Lewis, 20 of his 30 wins come by way of KO. Davis trying to work behind the jab. Terrence Lewis trying to find a good rhythm here in round 2. Has yet to find it. Their first fight came in May of 2001. There's a good left hook by Terrence Lewis. Lewis scored knockdowns in rounds 2 and 3 over Robert Davis. But he tired. Robert Davis rallied, but then in the 9th round, another knockdown. There's a big right hand by Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis gives him his props. He's okay. Let's listen in. Dick Wood in the corner of Robert Davis.
That gave him the round. You're right.
Yeah.
So it's 1-1. Don't worry about this round. Okay. But where was your left hand at? That's why we got to continue the angle. See? Okay. Now what you're starting to do, you're starting to settle down and look right at him again. Yeah. Right. Now you got to start getting that jab popping. Keep in the box. Keep it pop, pop, pop. Now you got to feint him, see where his hands go. Next time, try the quick 1-2. He's there for the quick 1-2. Do not go straight back. Go to the angle again on the elevator. Like we work on. Okay, little water. Okay, because you're starting to get a little bit flat-footed in there, and we don't want that. Okay.
Stay composed.
Very calm, organized corner for Robert Davis. This is round 3. This fight scheduled for 10. The main event, heavyweight explosion. The Las Vegas Hilton, presented by Cedric Kushner Promotions. When you get two guys in a rematch, they know so much about each other that they can almost predict the other's moves. Sometimes that does not bring out the best in a fighter. The last punch at the end of round 2, Davis camp felt that gave Terrence Lewis the round. I thought so too. I've got it unofficially scored at 1 round apiece.
Stop! Stop! I will. Okay, let's go. Come here.
Davis forces Lewis down. That's
I'll take care of it. Hold him down.
Joe Cortez, fair but firm. Right left combination has Lewis retreating. So many high hopes for Robert Davis as a professional. I think he's had some unrealized expectations for sure. Married with 3 children. And how about this, in August of 2000, with the help of one of his daughters and a 911 telephone dispatcher, he delivered his own son when his wife went into unexpected labor at home. Delivered a 7-pound, 4-ounce baby boy in the bathroom. He's going through that. I don't think anything in the ring is going to scare him. Davis fighting a very, very smart fight right now against the man that knocked him out a year ago, Terrence Lewis. Terrence Lewis really not letting his hands go. I don't know if Lewis is even connected with a couple punches in this round. Another big overhand right by Terrence Lewis, a glancing blow. Trying to load up, thinking he can take Robert Davis out with 1 punch.
Hold the head down, hold him down, my man.
Good body shot by Terrence Lewis. Terrence Lewis punching 1 punch at a time. Robert Davis scoring some combinations. Closing seconds of the 3rd round. Fight scheduled for 10, the main event. Terrence Lewis in the green, Robert Davis in the black trunks with a red trim. Here's the corner of Terrence Lewis.
Now when I tell you, I'm going to remind you to drop on your focus, okay? Right. Then that means you get back on your focus, all right? We got to start picking up the jab. Yeah, 5 more jab. Okay, 5 more jab. Deep breath. But listen, if you can touch him with the right hand, left jab, you touch him with that double jab, and he starts to lean, hit him right on that chest. Remember, if he leans, hit him right in that shake. Straight right hand, right to the chest. It'll be right there. And then double it over the top with the right hand. Fight with it. Double jab.
Dick Wood giving the instructions to Robert Davis. Looking back in the corner of Robert Davis. The good direction from Dick Wood. Set everything up with the jab, go to the body with the right hand, double up the right hand. A little swelling under the right eye there. You can see it of Terrence Lewis.
Let's win this round.
No more. Now you're warm. No more. No more.
Round 4 underway. Last time in Las Vegas for Terrence Lewis, he lost a 10-round decision to Corey Sanders, T-Rex. Beat Frankie Swindell in his fight before that in State Line, Nevada. Overhand right by Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis needs to use that head movement, just as his corner told him. Sweeping left hand from Terrence Lewis. Right hand to the body, left hook to the head. Nice combination from Robert Davis. Lewis just too far away to score effectively with that kind of punch. He's throwing a right hand from left field from 5 feet away. There's another one coming up short. Robert Davis boxing beautifully right now. Don't forget, in their first fight, Terrence Lewis dominating early. Davis controlled the middle of the fight. At the end, he was knocked out in the 9th by Lewis. We'll see if that psychological scar remains with Robert Davis. Lewis again just too far away. Can't draw anything but air with the jab. Now he comes in and engages with Robert Davis. Good body work by Terrence Lewis in the clinch. Boy, tough round to score. Depends on what you like. Davis from the outside, Terrence Lewis from the inside. Good body shot by Lewis from a distance. Lewis doing some damage on the inside during the clinch. Robert Davis a little wobbled. Comes back strong. Good round, round 4. Mutual respect between these two heavyweights. Again, you get into a situation where two fighters are this familiar with each other.
Angles are good.
Let's listen in as Dick Wood gives instructions to Robert Davis. Working the body of Terrence Lewis in the corner. Some of that body work did some damage from Robert Davis. Unofficially on my scorecard, I have this fight dead even, 2 rounds apiece. Fight scheduled for 10 rounds tonight here, heavyweight explosion at the Las Vegas Hilton. Sponsored by Everlast. I'm Larry Michael. Robert Davis, Terrence Lewis.
it. That's it. Go with it. Go with it.
So one thing that's happening here is Robert Davis is controlling the tempo of the fight. Terrence Lewis, whether it's the fact that he knocked Davis out before or feels he can do it again here tonight, he's just not taking the lead in the fight. Robert Davis is taking the lead in the fight, though I have it scored even. Very, very close fight. Robert Davis doing what he has to do to control the tempo of the fight right now. A lot of feinting going on, not a lot of punching. That's what I mean when you get to be that familiar with an opponent, you can almost predict his next move, which causes you to freeze a little bit. That's what we're seeing right here in round 5. Neither man being aggressive. Both men wanting to counterpunch, and neither man taking the lead to enable the other to counterpunch. Quick getaway by Terrence Lewis. Might have drawn some applause from the crowd, but not going to score any points with the judges to move like that. Absolutely nothing behind that jab, just an open-handed jab by Terrence Lewis.
Close that glove, close that glove, close that left glove.
And Joe Cortez warning Lewis for that. Robert Davis and Terrence Lewis doing a little dance in the center of the ring. The action beginning to slow down somewhat here in round 5. See right now, Robert Davis, there he goes, starting with the jab. At least he should jab. Neither man has scored more than a half dozen blows in this round. Look at the hands of Terrence Lewis, straight by his side. It hasn't been that long since he fought Clifford Etienne, so he's got to be in pretty good shape. We've reached the midway point of this 10-round battle between Robert Davis and Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis sticking to his game plan. In fact, we're going to look back at some of the instructions he was given between rounds 4 and 5.
We got to start picking up the jab. Yeah, 5 more jab. Okay, 5 more jab. But listen, if you can touch him with the right hand, I mean left jab, you touch him with that double jab, and he starts to lean, hit him right on that jab.
It's exactly what Robert Davis has been doing. He got these instructions 2 rounds ago. As we listen back, he's been using the jab, following with the right hand. The combinations of Robert Davis have him ahead in this round, in this fight, by 1 round on my unofficial scorecard, and it's been just what Dick Wood was telling him between those rounds earlier. The right hand setting up, the jab setting up the right hand. And he doesn't care if he hits him in the body or the chin with the right hand. Let's listen back one more time and hear what Dick Wood said. And I can't really hear it, but what he was telling him is you can see the motions. We heard it before. Left hand setting up the right hand. Hit him in the chest if you have to. Let's see if he continues to follow those instructions. He did in round 5. He won round 5 on my scorecard. I have him up by 1 round. Here's a jab again. I mean, it helps when your fighter listens to you in the corner. Dick Wood's been around a long, long time, and there's been a lot of situations, I'm sure, where his fighter has tuned him out. But it seems that Robert Davis is listening to his corner during this fight, and it's helping him. There's that overhand right again by Terrence Lewis. He's hit about 3 of those overhand rights over the course of 5 rounds, and this round as well. But it's 1 shot, 1 solitary shot. Robert Davis scoring with combinations.
Come on, Terrence, let your hands go.
Again, Terrence Lewis not doing much. His corner telling him to let his hands go. There you go, good body shot. That one hurt Robert Davis. You saw him bring his right arm down. But again, just 1 shot. There's the combination by Robert Davis. And a single shot again by Terrence Lewis. Terrence Lewis trying to sucker Robert Davis in. Davis isn't going to be a sucker for that. Good right-left combination. Left hand really scoring that time on the nose of Robert Davis. Terrence Lewis might have been shaken up a little bit by that shot from Robert Davis. It's almost an amateurish punch there by Terrence Lewis.
Let's go, come on.
Joe Cortez seeing that as a backhand punch. I don't even know what Terrence Lewis was trying there. Tell you what, if you're in the corner right now of Terrence Lewis, you have to be a little concerned at the lack of work that your man is putting forth. Davis talking back to Joe Cortez. Work on the inside by Robert Davis. Terrence Lewis not punching again. Nice work inside by Robert Davis. Winning this round as well. Good right hand by Robert Davis. Wild left hand by Terrence Lewis scores, but again, a single shot. End of the sixth. Good round for Robert Davis until the very closing moments of the round.
Tuck you in with that ugly shot. Promise no ugly shots someday.
You're looking very good, Rob.
You're very good. Okay. You do have to step up a notch on that.
Jab is important.
Jab popping.
Once again, the jab being preached in the corner of Robert Davis. I wonder about Terrence Lewis's physical conditioning. He fought Clifford Etienne about a month ago. Was in pretty good shape then, went the 10 rounds, lost by decision to Clifford Etienne. Terrence Lewis, though, slowing down in this fight. There's that punch to the chest that we heard about between the earlier rounds. There's a right hand at the end of round 6, scored by Terrence Lewis as he grabs a hold of the thigh of Robert Davis. This is round 7. Fight scheduled for 10 tonight. Heavyweight explosion at the Las Vegas Hilton. Pretty weak jab there by Robert Davis. Both men beginning round 7 in slow motion. Robert Davis working behind the jab effectively. Davis doubling up the jab. Terrence Lewis has not scored a punch in this round yet. Seen a minute go by. Robert Davis working the body nicely.
Your hands are free. Work out of there. Your hands are free, guys. Come on, friends. Come on, Lewis. Your hands are free, Lewis.
Terrence Lewis holding Robert Davis. His hand isn't free. He's initiating the hold there.
Come on, you guys are free. Come on, let's go. Work out of there.
I think fatigue becoming the factor for Terrence Lewis right now. Robert Davis working nicely inside. The body and head by Terrence Lewis. Here's Robert Davis opening up with Lewis against the ropes. This would be a huge win for Robert Davis if he could get it. Pay back Lewis for that knockout loss. Get back in the winner's circle. Terrence Lewis, however, knows that he's knocked Robert Davis out in the past, and I'm sure he's still clinging to that hope. Headbutt Robert Davis to the chin of Terrence Lewis.
Accidental headbutt.
I mean, that rocked Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis didn't even have a mouthpiece in his mouth.
You're holding time, right?
And missing a couple teeth, I think you want to save the ones he's got.
All right, time in.
There's the headbutt.
Watch your head, guys.
It was accidental as they worked in close. Once again, Terrence Lewis firing one punch at a time. Robert Davis scoring combinations. Overhand right off the shoulder of Robert Davis. Punch does not land. Round 7 winding down. The 7th round that featured a headbutt that stopped the clock, and more good work from Robert Davis. That uppercut misses, and you can see Terrence Lewis thinking so close. Corner of Terrence Lewis just imploring their man to get busy. Terrence Lewis, swelling under his right eye, not a factor. Three rounds to go on this scheduled 10-rounder. Robert Davis on my unofficial scorecard beginning to pull away somewhat. 5 rounds to 2. And I would stress unofficial.
Seconds out. Seconds out.
With every round. When you hear Lewis time, you gotta go off. Lewis time, you gotta go off.
Taking a look at some action. 7th round, once again, that headbutt. Here we go, live action, round 8. Robert Davis, again, the busier man here in round 8. That's been the story of the fight right there in a nutshell. Robert Davis scoring a combination. Terrence Lewis occasionally scoring one shot. And that's been the tempo. That's been the typical round thus far.
Don't be holding inside, guys. Work out of there. Come on, work out of there. Work out of there. Come on. Work out of there. Come on, let's go. Work out of there.
Robert Davis trying to shift Terrence Lewis around there.
Come on, I don't want you wrestling inside. You're wrestling inside, guys. Come on, keep watching. Keep moving.
Robert Davis scoring inside. Davis. Nice combination from Robert Davis. And once again, Terrence Lewis really does not have an answer. I think one thing that's very obvious is Robert Davis had a game plan in this fight that he was going to stick to. Terrence Lewis, maybe on the heels of his victory last time over Davis, did not have such a game plan. He really doesn't have one in there right now. Robert Davis chalking up the points and taking a break.
Come on, watch that, guys. Come on.
See, there you see once again, Terrence Lewis just one punch. Another one with the right hand, just one punch. It's really not going to do him any good right now. There's a nice combination, finished off with the right hand by Terrence Lewis.
Watch your left. Hey, Lewis, stop. Keep going, Terrence. You gotta finish strong. Watch your left hand, Bob. Come on.
Terrence Lewis backed up with that right hand from Robert Davis. Lewis's hands, how low they are. I think Terrence Lewis is very tired right now. You can see it. You can see it from the body language. You can see it in the lack of punches that he's throwing. Robert Davis has gotten smart to that right hand. Davis gets tagged with that overhand right. He's got no one to blame but himself. He's had it figured out so far. And that is the end of round 8. Another good round for Robert Davis. On my unofficial scorecard, I have Davis ahead 6 rounds to 2. So some thought might be that Terrence Lewis needs a knockout to win, or at least a knockdown to get back in it.
Instead of a 1 double. All right? You got to get the doubles. Listen, you got to get the doubles and you move to the angle. He's going to try very desperately, but this is almost a dead even fight. So we got to step up the outward movement.
Dick Wood working the psychological game on his fighter, Robert Davis, saying it's a dead even fight. He might be right. From this point of view, though, it seemed to me that Robert Davis, the busier of the 2 fighters throughout the midway portion of this fight. Round 9, scheduled for 10. Robert Davis and Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis in the black trunks with a red trim. Terrence Lewis in the green trunks. The rematch of their fight of 2001. Robert Davis looking to pay back Terrence Lewis for that knockout loss. Terrence Lewis scores with the right hand. Wild left hand there by Terrence Lewis. Work inside, continuing from Robert Davis. Terrence Lewis tiptoes away. He needs to be punching. Oh, good straight left hand. Just snaps the head back, and Terrence Lewis is tied up on the ropes. He's in a bit of trouble here now. Robert Davis in charge right now in the 9th round. Terrence Lewis getting desperate with some of his shots, scores with the left hand. Robert Davis coming right back, however. Nice work inside by Robert Davis. Terrence Lewis not punching back. There's Terrence Lewis pounding away, but those punches are blocked by the glove of Robert Davis. They were not sharp. Like Robert Davis in great condition, barely breathing heavily right now. Another wild right hand by Terrence Lewis. And another one. That wild uppercut from right field. And Lewis goes down to his knees again. Oh, there you can see a lot of blood from the mouth of Terrence Lewis. His bottom lip's been split. Right-left combination by Terrence Lewis, but really not enough. Another good round for Robert Davis in terms of boxing. He gives a wink to his corner with 3 minutes to go.
Graduate and take control.
10th and final round is next.
Don't walk into those wild shots.
I'm not.
No, got it. Listen, keep the angles. Okay, if you can hit him with 3 left hooks, hit him with 4. If he's still there, hit him with 5. Okay, then when you see him, okay, you know he's going to be desperate this round. You got to block and fire and use the elevator. Very important this round.
Last round.
Deep breaths, come on, boy.
10th and final round.
Come on, baby. Everything you got right now.
Okay.
I'm not so sure Terrence Lewis has enough to take out Robert Davis right now. There's that wild uppercut again. Using his headlock, and Terrence Lewis goes down. 10th and final round. We have Robert Davis ahead substantially on our unofficial card. Terrence Lewis needs something dramatic to happen here in the 10th to pull this out. Robert Davis continues to come out with the jab. Been a key punch for him from the first round. Another jab. Davis has just boxed beautifully in this fight. So we've got some tape on the glove of Terrence Lewis.
Come on, let's speed it up. Okay, get the other one. That's it. Okay, that's it.
Joe Cortez saying, let's do them both, just in case. It's more like the jurisdictions that use the silver tape. It's waterproof. Perspiration and the water they pour on the fighters does not loosen that tape as it does the regular white adhesive tape. Final round underway once again. This round continuing on the same tempo, same pace as we've had earlier. Robert Davis boxing. Terrence Lewis winging from a distance. Winging and swinging, but seldom connecting. Terrence Lewis has been fighting from too far of a distance from the beginning. Jab coming up short, right hand, look at that jab. He's missing him by half a foot. And this is the 10th and final round. He should have found his range by now. Gotta give Robert Davis some of the credit, however. He's outboxed Terrence Lewis tonight. Another wild right hand by Terrence Lewis. I mean, he is really looking to get lucky here. It's his only hope. I guess he thinks that's his only hope. Robert Davis taking advantage of what Terrence Lewis gives him. Nice straight jab by Robert Davis. Every time Terrence Lewis punches, he finds the glove of Robert Davis right in his face. And again, Terrence Lewis showboating a bit, but he is behind on the scorecards, I would have to think. Big right hand from Terrence Lewis. Robert Davis says, it will not happen again. You won't knock me out tonight. Terrence Lewis isn't really even getting a lot of power behind those wild shots. He's not using his body, not using any leverage. As the 10th and final round winds down. Robert Davis boxing beautifully, we believe, boxing his way to victory tonight at the Las Vegas Hilton. That is the end of the fight. Fans voicing some disapproval. They wanted a knockout. They did not see that tonight as Terrence Lewis and Robert Davis go the distance. Good fight, tough fight. Let's see who
Ladies
won.
and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing here at the Las Vegas Hilton, we go to our scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Wayne Ford scored about 97-93. Judge Patricia Carmen scored at 96-94. And Judge Jerry Ross scored about 97-93. For the winner.